I'm going to show you where the weakness lies in this system when you know how to read an amortization schedule. So when we subtract the $322.09 from principal, we're left with the principal balance on line one of $349,667.91. The bank uses this number to determine how much interest you will pay on line two. Okay. And so because you owe less, you're going to pay less interest on line two, which is $1,821.19, not $1,822. So it goes down, but not by very much. In fact, I need you to watch this. How long is it going to stay in the 1800s? You're going to be paying $1,800 every month on this thing. Watch this. For 1 year and 1 month. Then it goes into $1,700 payments every month in interest. I'm going to scroll down slowly. So $1,700 for 1 year, $1,700 payments for 2 years, $1,700 payments for 3 years, $1,700 payments for 4 years, $1,700 going into the 5th year at $1,700 a month interest that the bank is gathering. In fact, after 5 years, I need you to see this, folks. After 5 years, if we do it the bank's way, we will pay this loan down by $23,319.64. But look how much interest we will pay, almost $106,000 just in 5 years. $105,980.96. Folks, we need to learn how to read this thing and how to take advantage of the higher interest rates, because we can mitigate, we can eliminate interest cost when we know what to do. Okay? Don't focus on interest rate, focus on interest cost and what you could do about it. Here's what we're looking at, folks. We're going back to payment number one. Let's say we make payment number one in January. We made our payment number one in January, so our February principal payment would be $333.82. $333.82. And we don't have to wait till February to give the bank that money. If we had it, we could give that to the bank in January, and they would have to subtract $338.82 additional from what we owe without paying them any additional interest. And we're paid down to line two in just 1 month. In fact, line two has been eliminated. So we don't have to pay the interest on line two. We have just eliminated one payment from our amortization schedule because our payment for February is not on line two anymore because we gave them $333.82 early. Our payment for February is actually on line three of the schedule. We just saved $1,821.19 in interest we never have to pay because we chose the timing. We chose the timing, not let the bank dictate the timing. We chose the timing to give them the money in order to save on the interest. So listen, folks, what we just found out is that if we allow the bank to dictate the timing we give them money, they are going to charge us through the nose. But if you make your regular payment, and in this case, take $333.82 out of your bank account, that's making 0.1% interest, if that, and apply it to the mortgage principal in the same month you make a regular payment, this family will save $1,821.19 they never have to pay and eliminate one mortgage payment. So now they've just turned their 360 payment loan into 359 separate monthly payments. Okay, so watch this. If we make a payment here in January, and let's give them the principal payments on line two, line three, and line four, a little over $1,000, Okay, let's do that. Let's say we can prepay that. Look how much interest we eliminate. $1,800 here, $1,800 here, $1,800 here. All three of those interest payments are canceled, eliminated. You never have to pay them. Okay, you never have to pay that. And your next mortgage payment is actually on line 5 for February. That's how easy it is. Now, I want you to see one thing. I need you to zero in on something right now. This is how we're going to show you how the higher interest rate can be better than the lower interest rate, especially for real estate investors who are bringing in rent money. Okay, because if you do it right, the rent money you bring in is going to be more than the mortgage payment you are paying. Okay. The rent money you're bringing in is going to be more than the mortgage payment than you're paying. And so you're going to be making money on this. They call it cash flow. So you want to be cash flowing on this. So guess what's happening here? We're going to take a look at cumulative principal for 1 year and cumulative interest for 1 year. We're going to go down to line 12 and see $4,101.28 on here. That's cumulative principal for 1 year. Guess how much interest we're going to be paying for 1 year, folks? $21,758.84. Is anybody, even if you are making money on this deal, does anybody want to pay the bank $21,758 interest just to pay their loan down by $4,101.28? Does anybody want to do that? So here's what I'm asking you, folks. If you have the money available, here's what I want to ask you. Is it necessary to pay this $4,101.28? Is it necessary to pay that over 12 months, 12 monthly payments? That's 12 $330 or $350 payments. Is it necessary to pay this $4,000 down the way the bank tells you to by using 12 monthly payments? Or is it possible to give this money to the bank all at once if you had it? Okay. So could you pay the bank $4,101.28 and be paid down to here in 1 month? In fact, let me go ahead and put that. I'm going to put a calculator on the screen. We're starting out at $350,000. Okay. And we're paying this loan down by $4,101.28. And the amortization schedule says when we do that 1 year from now, we will owe $345,898.72 1 year from now if we pay this mortgage in 12 monthly installments. But if we give the bank the $4,101.28 on line 1 in 1 month, let's subtract it this way. So we're going to subtract $4,101.28 equals $345,898.72. That's the exact same thing on line 12 here. Look at this and the principal balance. So if we do that, what happens to all the interest costs between line 2 and line 12? They are eliminated. So here's the problem, folks. We're gaining equity, $4,000 worth of equity. But the bank's way, they want to charge us $21,000 for it. So in other words, to move this mortgage from point A to point B in 1 year, the bank wants to charge you $21,758.84. Or if you give the money to the bank in 1 month, the $4,101.28 in 1 month, you could be paid down to line 12 on your amortization schedule in 1 month. And it won't cost you $21,758.84 to do it. It will only cost the interest cost on line 1, $1,822.92. That is a savings right here on line 12. Because, when you on line 11, you don't have to know the math. You can just know the pictures. Doggone it. We would save $19,955.45. Folks, if you want to know more about this, you need to go to my 10K card right up above our heads. Click on that and find where it says get a savings and earnings report. All right. And once you get that savings and earnings report, guess what? You can now know the month, day, and year you could be debt free, usually within a 7 to 9 year window, and how much interest you could save. Once we give you that, Then we will tell you what your investment will be for this lifetime program.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.